Jackie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about 5 environmental documentaries I highly recommend. As I mentioned in my Facts About Me video, if you haven't watched it, the link is down below. I consider myself an environmentalist. I only say consider because I'm still quite new to the environmental movement and there's still so much stuff I want to learn and want to do. The aim for this video is not to make you feel overwhelmed with the information that you gather and to make you feel like you have to watch the documentaries. It's just for those people who do want to watch documentaries, who want to gather more information, who feel like they want to do more but don't kind of know where to start. And this is how I started. I just started educating myself by watching documentaries. By watching documentaries I was able to talk to people about it. Talking to people about it is probably also one of the greatest things you can do because one, you raise awareness about the situation, and two, it spreads the word. After I watch these documentaries I feel inspired. I feel like I want to talk, I want to go out there, do things. And that's one of the reasons why I do watch documentaries. It's to inspire myself and to educate myself. The first documentary is Before the Flood by Leonardo DiCaprio.
The truth is, the more I've learned about this issue and everything that contributes to the problem, the more I realize how much I don't know.
I love this documentary because you see a different side of Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't even know he was an environmentalist until last year. This documentary is very insightful about the current situation of climate change. Before the Flood just talks about Leonardo DiCaprio's journey, people that he meets, information that he finds out, the highs and the lows of the journey, and at the end of it he also tells you little tips and advice, I guess, on what you can do about the climate change situation.
I just want to know how far we've gone and if there's anything we can do to stop it.
The next documentary is Cowspiracy. Cowspiracy is also about climate change, but it links to veganism. If you don't know, I am vegan, and this was one of the documentaries I watched when I was becoming vegan. And again, it's got very insightful information. Some of the information do need to be a bit updated. The documentary tells you a story about this man who goes out and does his bit of activism.
You don't realize right now that you're putting your neck on the chopping block. You better take that camera and throw it away.
The documentary talks a lot about how animal agriculture affects climate change. It is inspiring and very insightful and very interesting, and I highly recommend it. The next one is Racing Extinction.
Start to lose these linchpin species, the environment starts to fail.
This was so different to the documentaries I watched before, but when I watched it, oh my goodness, I was so mind blown. It talks about the marine life and the marine animals and how they're affected by climate change. They actually show you clips of the marine life and they go into the water and the ocean and shows you that there's a totally different world under there that we don't understand. I love activism in this documentary. They're so interesting and they even do like undercover stuff, and they also talk about the black market and how a lot of the animals get sold in the black market. In the documentary they also talk about animals that are becoming extinct. Obviously it's in the title.
One of the major drivers of extinction is that we hunt some species to oblivion.
I never really thought much about animals that are becoming extinct due to climate change. You know, I always hear about the effects of climate change and how we are affecting climate change, but we don't know much about the animals that actually already been affected. If you're into marine life and marine biology and such, this would be a great documentary for you to watch. I also love the ending. It's a very inspiring and very hopeful ending, which I think sometimes people need in these situations because it can be quite overwhelming to take in all this information and then be like, okay, what am I supposed to do with that? The next one is a documentary called Dirt. This one is also another one from a different perspective. I actually watched this documentary years and years ago. I didn't realise there was a lot to do about climate change. There's one particular story in there about a hummingbird. Now, and that's another hopeful story.
We are constantly being bombarded by problems that we face, and sometimes we can get completely overwhelmed
Kind of makes you feel like you can do something about the situation. It was years ago since I last watched this documentary, but from what I can remember, there are people in this documentary who tells you their stories about their projects and how they're making a difference in the world. And as the title says, it's about dirt, so it talks about how the chemicals and modern agriculture affects the soil and how that affects the crops, which then affects food production, and how the chemicals actually ruin the organisms in the soil, which is quite interesting because I've never really thought much about little bugs and worms and insects that live in the soil. Those bugs, insects and worms are what help us with getting our food, you know, they help the food grow. It's definitely a very insightful documentary to watch.
I'm doing the best I can. And that to me is what all of us should do.
And last but not least is one I'm currently watching right now. It's called A Simpler Life, Crisis as an Opportunity.
Maybe there's another option, maybe there's another way to live, which isn't the way that I have grown up with or become accustomed to or just fallen into.
This was released last year in 2016 and currently it's available on YouTube for free. So if you'd like to watch it, the link is down below. It talks a lot about permaculture. Basically, permaculture is about having this community where you grow your own food, you live a sustainable, not just sustainable, regenerative lifestyle, and you give back to the land what you take. It's just about their journey, their stories, how they got involved with the project, the turning points for some of them, you know, with caring more about the planet. Obviously about, you know, being environmentally conscious of your actions and trying to use the resources that's currently there. It talks a little about consumerism and capitalism. And one of the things I love about it is the fact that it's set here in Australia. I love seeing that people in this country are taking climate change seriously. Definitely a recommended watch and it's free on YouTube, so go ahead and watch it. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it helps, and if you like it, do give it a thumbs up, and if you do give it a thumbs down, that is totally okay. I would rather if you gave it a thumbs up, but I would be cool with that because not everyone has to like videos. I don't know what I'm doing. If you do have any comments or any recommendations on other documentaries that people should watch or can watch, do comment down below. That's it for me. I hope you're having a great day and peace and love. Mwah. Bye!